so far just because we are after this extremely idea of freedom. And however, we do not see out of our own neglectance and our own blinding greed that we are manipulating and using the resources given to us by all compassion and without any conditions by Mother Earth and by existence itself. And today, the number of floods, disasters, fires, forest fires that is going on, as well as the hurricanes, the earthquakes, is all Mother Earth showing us how much we have neglected and almost exploited our own mother, who has provided everything, including a habitat for us to live in, which is not found anywhere in the universe. But we continue our ungrateful exploitation of Mother Earth, and today we're continuously living in a society asking for more and more and more, never once being grateful, never once thanking, and never once thinking about how we have gotten this, and learning how to appreciate every single thing that we have in our life. Instead, we go on buying new phones every single year, new clothes every single month. And I'm sure that each and every one of you, or we have the desire to fulfill this. We never stop to think what is actually needed for us, the community around us, and the whole world at large. We are completely blinded by our greed and attitude for asking for more. We go on asking and asking and asking. Actually, there's a beautiful small story that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism narrated in the Guaranteed Solutions book in the chapter from contentment to gratitude, from discontentment to gratitude. And in the story, a man once goes to the doctor and he says, "Sir, I'm having insomnia. I really need some treatment." And the doctor says, "Okay, you're not finding yourself able to sleep at night, is it?" And he said, No, I'm able to sleep at night. I'm just not able to sleep in the mornings and the afternoons as well. And so see, understand, just like this, just like how this man is asking for something completely irrelevant, not needed in his life. But we are going on creating suffering inside of ourselves and searching for the solution outside. The truth is, we belong to existence, which is ultimate and all-pervading energy, omniscient, protective, compassionate, loving energy, which is ultimately doing and controlling the own show. When we forget that, we disconnect ourselves, we start to exploit what and think that, yes, this is dispensable, we can afford to lose whatever we have. But this time, we cannot afford, and we will see how much human beings are suffering in the next coming months. And the problem ultimately becomes that we forget that we belong to existence. We have to come to the understanding and experience of connecting ourselves back with the existence and understand that we are loved, we are put in our place wherever we are for a reason, and we are absolutely taken care of. Through this Parashakti Akashic, you will just experience just that, a deep, fulfilling connection with the divine cosmic mother, Devi Parashakti, the source of billions and billions of universes which come in, and where all is the source of all of us, where all of us are in right now, which all of us have come from, and which all of us are going to go back and merge into at the end of our lives. And as well, Devi Parashakti is the embodiment of the divine feminine consciousness. In Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we recognize that the first and foremost relationship in our lives is the one with the mother. Through the very umbilical cord when we are born, even if we don't know our mother after that, we had a very strong and tangible, permanent connection to her, which was cut when we had been born. And no matter what, that is always a very impactful experience on our very being. And you will see that the patterns that you carry, the emotions that you carry towards your mother, reflect in your emotions that you carry in other people around you, in the emotions that you carry in society and social institutions, and as well, finally, life itself and the universe itself. So healing, empowering the relationship which you have with the Divine Mother is the relationship which you can heal the relationship with the existence itself and the universe itself, and ultimately experience the opening of the Sahasrara Chakra, find complete contentment in your life, and flower with gratitude. In this program, you'll be able to experience just that. Not only that, this program, the Bhava Samadhi Darshan program, has been shown to have increased our energy levels more than 1300% and awakened the latent potential energy in us called the Kundalini energy, or the Kundalini awakening. And this process has the power to visibly slow down the aging process for you, as well as heal and spiritually heal many chronic illnesses, and even from a headache to even cancer. These are things that we have heard before, stories where people have literally had the biggest transformation in their life, and they are absolutely able to have such a strong, deep feeling connection with the Divine Cosmic Mother. Devi Parashakti is manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, granting our boons, revealing the time, the past, present, and future, and ultimately giving us the way, a possibility for us to experience the ultimate Paramashivoham. So I welcome each and every one of you once again for this program, and I invite you to stay tuned, to stay with us for this whole program, and sit back, relax, and just simply imbibe. You will be able to, even by the end of this program, manifest the most innate superhuman capabilities that are possible to humanity and even animals as well. And you will be able to do so even if you just sit and listen. Listening has such a deep power, and it itself is a power as well. So if you just listen, analyze, imbibe these powerful cognitions that we're going to be presenting to you today, you will see and awaken to the ultimate possibility of Devi Parashakti today, and how we can also intimately connect as well with Krishna Janmashtami, the auspicious time when 5,000 years ago, the incarnation of Parandhama, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, had happened on planet Earth, is fastly approaching us. I invite each and every one of you to stay tuned to the program today, tomorrow, and in the next couple of hours, as well as tomorrow, in order to hear about the great festivities that are going to be happening, and also join in with us with the festivities of Sri Krishna Janmashtami on August 30th, happening within just a short time. Before I go into the next segment of today's program, I'd like to give each and every one of you the very being without whom none of us would be able to be enriched so deeply down to the very consciousness level, concept of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the incarnation of Paramashiva and the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient macrocosmic enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. And as well, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived the science of power manifestation, the science of temple-based lifestyle, and as well as yoga as well. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvagnapitam, and the incumbent emperor of the Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, and as well the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, the supreme spiritual head of the Madurai Adinam, or the Shamalapita Sarvagnapitam, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the as well the Mahamandaleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akada, which is as the supreme spiritual head of one of the oldest ancient epics bodies of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, is the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Atal Akada, which is another very esteemed position in one of the oldest governing bodies of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and the 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Dharma Mukti Spargapuram Adinam, and as well elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in 2015 by a congregation of over 1,000 great Hindu leaders. And today, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has authored more than 300 books with in English, Tamil, and in Sanskrit. And you can see even 50 different language translations of these books, and you can make these available to you at nithyanandapedia.org, and also 20,000 hours of discourses, spiritual dikshas, and even intimate, so casual question and answer sessions with the avatar. So all of this is available to each and every one of you. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the reviver of more than 1 million Pali scriptures and 20 million digital books, and the establisher of Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University with satellite campuses in more than 150 countries. And there's so many different beautiful ways the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has contributed to the whole world in so many millions of lives, touched the very deep consciousness, and ultimately made each and every one of us live enlightenment down to the very core. So once again, welcoming each and every one of you for this Parashakti Akashic reading program, and stay with us throughout this whole program, and we will guide you with the deepest feeling connection with the existence itself. And by the end of this program, you will see an innate possibility awaken inside of you without even the least bit of effort. So now we have joining with us the Nithyananda Gurukul Balasan, and we will be entering into the next segment, the most exciting segment of today's program, the connection and the Shakti Nipada of the Nithyananda Gurukul Balasan, where they will be demonstrating the powers of Paramashiva just with a simple feeling connection, Shakti Pada, and oneness with the divine. And just witnessing this can awakening that Shakti Pada within inside of you and entangle you, start the very awakening of the bio-memory of super consciousness inside of you. And you will have the complete experience with the initiation and diksha of Devi Parashakti manifesting through Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So without further ado, let's go on into our next segment of today's program, where we will be enjoying the demonstration of the extraordinary Shaktis by the Nithyananda Gurukul Balasan. Yes, let us enter into this segment right away and see how we can actually manifest extraordinary Shaktis. Have you ever wondered to yourself how it's possible that some people in this world have a supreme, supernal connection to the divine, are able to manifest such profound powers like levitation, teleportation, materialization even, and simply are able to manifest vibhuti, kumkum, and even read blindfolded completely? And have you wondered ever if it's possible for you? Now you'll be able to see exactly how it's possible. Thank you so much for starting screen share. Now let's go on and begin understanding what are the extraordinary Shaktis, the Shaktis of Paramashiva. If I can ask if we can go to the next slide, please. Yes, we have joining with us, and it's always a pleasure to introduce to each and every one of you Nithyananda Gurukul Balasans, Ma Yoga Prana, and as well more who are going to be joining with us. And let us now enter into the segment on the Shaktis of Paramashiva. So, to introduce the Balasants, the Nithyananda Yogis, the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and specifically Yoga Prana here, will be now demonstrating the powers of third eye and sharing with all the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation of divine powers awakened in us through just a simple Diksha.
Yes. In today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan, all of us will be receiving the initiation into the third eye awakening and various other powers with the blessings and the grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So you will be witnessing the following powers of third eye, which is seeing with the eyes blindfolded. And the third eye is the cosmic browsing center located between the brows, which upon initiation, one can effortlessly express powers and see through the third eye, just as you would see with your two eyes.
What exactly are Shakti? This might be very new to you. So let's give us a proper introduction about Shakti. In the Vedagamas, the source scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Paramashiva, the primordial Hindu divinity, reveals in elaborate detail that every human being, and even all animals also, is hardwired to manifest the 463 extraordinary Shaktis, or the divine powers. Manifesting powers are described as a system, method, and science for human beings to explore various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are divine and you need to manifest divine, and not that you are a man and you need to reach divine. There is a huge difference. And as well, Shaktis expressed from the space of enlightenment as a side effect of feeling connection with the divine and high integrity with the Guru. And Shaktis are a source of enlightenment. And on the contrast, there's something called a Siddhi as well. Siddhis are not manifested from the state of enlightenment, but come from tapas and penance as well.
The Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings in extraordinary ways, just with initiation with the avatar, and Shaktis are permanent. Siddhis are not permanent and they may divert you from enlightenment. So who is the source of all these Shaktis? Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form, and causality. At the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, or the five cosmic acts of Srishti, Sthiti, sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Prabhava, pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, liberating grace for all living entities.
Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, as the 1008th living incarnation and representative Paramashiva, is the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. And ever since the beginning of the civilization, Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences. It is where the science of enlightenment and powers was lived and taught as a lifestyle itself. And for the first time in the modern day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving these yogic sciences and transmitting it to the world at a record-breaking, never accomplished before way. And as you can see here,
this also she can't do.
Manifestation of Paramashiva, Parampara. The knowledge and science of manifesting these Shaktis are passed down from one generation to the next through Diksha, or initiation by enlightened Guru. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism being recognized as an incarnation from the very beginning, from the very birth, and was trained and taught these sciences to revive the initiations and knowledge for the whole humanity for today. And these include extremely notable names, including Pundi Mahan, Isaki Swamigal, Annamalai Swamigal, even Kanchi Paramacharya, the 231st and 30th Guru Mahasannidhanam of Tonde Mandalam Adinam, as well as the Gurus of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Yogananda Puri and Mataji Vibhudananda Puri, and as well as the ecosystem that from and created by the great incarnation Ramana Maharshi, including Sadhu Om and even Kanakamal and Tinnai Swami from Tiruvannamalai. So there's so many gurus who trained the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the sciences of yoga, Veda, and Tantra, as well as Vedanta, Paramashivoham and Paramashivoham. And now we have an understanding what are these Shaktis, where they come from. Now let's break down how we can awaken the divine Shakti in us. And manifesting Shaktis means every ultimate truth or jnana mapped into your consciousness is prajna, manifest as a possibility and a power of the very being, prajnana. And we'll now briefly watch a video on the Diksha and how it works.
Initiation creates high awareness. Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through initiation creates high awareness or touch. The traditional Vedic book is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through initiation creates high awareness or touch. The traditional Vedic book is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through initiation creates high awareness or touch. As the traditional Vedic book is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being and in Rudra Tantra, Shiva says, as the traditional Vedic book is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being and in Rudra Tantra, Shiva says, the one who is not initiated. The traditional Vedic book is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being and in Rudra Tantra, Shiva says, the one who is not initiated. Neuroscience is the Vedic Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being. Shiva says, the one who is not initiated. Neuroscience is the Vedic Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy.
Okay, thank you so much. So now the science of power manifestation is authenticated through 4 aspects of evidence, including the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramana is the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, and the Apta Pramana as well. If we can go back to the screen share for the slide. The Apta Pramana is the life and examples of the authorities of Hinduism, the great rishis, and the examples from our Hindu Puranas as well. And we also have the Atma Pramana, which is the account of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, who is our guru and who has himself tried, tested each and every one of these powers, manifested these powers, and has made them into reality in his life, showing us the ultimate possibility that is possible for each and every one of us to also do. And Pratyaksha Pramana, we can go on to the next slide. the pratyaksha pramana, or the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. And many of you might be wondering, okay, what are the agamas and everything? You understand that Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus, and Vedas are pure science where the ultimate truths are explained, and agamas are the scriptures where they apply technology, the applied science is explained. Vedas and agamas, Vedagamas, are given status of Shruti as they are directly revealed by Paramashiva. They are the ultimate, eternal, unchangeable truth. A reference cited from these Shastras or the source scriptures is called the Shastra Pramana. And now let's get us ready for witnessing a unique and exciting demonstration of the power of third eye. We'll shortly be joined again by the Nithyananda Gurukul Basans, who will be demonstrating for each and every one of you these extraordinary Shaktis. Let's now understand the pramanas, all the different pramanas for the power of seeing through the third eye.
So the first is the Shastra Pramana for the power of third eye, which comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 34. Kapalantarmanonyasa tishtannilitalochanaha kramena manaso dadyat lakshaye lakshyamuttamam.
And the translation, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stabling without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, the lakshyam. By having the vision through the beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva.
The next is the Apta Pramana, where Bhagavan Shri Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye. Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna in the 11th chapter, 8th verse, Natu mam shakyase drashtum manenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. But you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore I grant you the divine third eye. Behold my cosmic opulence. In the Hindu Purana, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye to behold his Vishwarupa Darshan, the vision of his cosmic form. And in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna completely narrates the cosmic form of Bhagavan Shri Krishna as he sees it through the third eye.
Inside and outside broke. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree, 10 direction, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience. I felt that the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. The setting sun, rising moon, the whole Arunachala hill, all the plants, bush, shrubs, trees, everything, everything, everything. Just become so alive. The idea, something is inside.
In such a beautiful way, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism described to us his own very experience of just at the mere age of 12. And now we have the Pratyaksha Pramana, the empirical evidence from the observation and scientific experimentation. In fact, in 2005, which is where the picture of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is here in this slide, so the global scientific community had a very profound opportunity to glimpse inside the brain of the avatar. And they studied and measured and compared metabolic cell activity of the brain in conscious and meditative states. So they did this using the positron emission tomography, and they were able to literally measure what's going on inside of the brain of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And when doing daily activities, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism saw the high activity is measured in the brain where the third eye is located. And when in deep samadhi state, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is at peace. So this is something phenomenal, which is even showed through scientific evidence as well. And finally, we have the Sakshi Pramana, the experience and results of the extraordinary manifestation happening through the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So from 2013, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been manifesting and making others manifest these extraordinary Shaktis. This rare and sacred science of third eye awakening is being made available to humanity for the ultimate enrichment in conscious evolution by the HDH. And as the living incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism embodies the most profound yogic state that surpass all bounds of time, space, and matter. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is literally gifting this pure, great science of third eye awakening, along with many other spiritual sciences through initiation. Millions of people have been initiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and are experiencing the profound results as extraordinary powers in their everyday life. And now, without further ado, let us enter into the demonstration of Shaktis. We have joining back with us Ma Yoga Prana and Ma Viraja now as well, who are initiated in Nithyananda Gurukul Balasans. So I now hand it over to them to take it away and let each and every one of the viewers see for themselves the possibility that lies ahead of them.
Yes. So let us now enter into the extraordinary demonstration of the Shaktis of Paramashiva, where all of you are going to be witnessing the power of third eye being demonstrated right in front of your own eyes. So along with me, I have an extraordinary power manifester, an extraordinary Balasant, Maniti Virijananda, who is 16 years old, and she has been in the Nithyananda Gurukul for the past 9 years now, and she is going to be demonstrating this extraordinary Shakti to all of you today. So as all of you can see, I have the medically tested eye band with me. In front is a complete opaque sheet, and behind is a thick sponge. There is no gap between the thick sponge and the opaque sheet, and there is no possible way of light entering in the eye band. And this is medically and scientifically proven that there's no possible way of light entering the eye band, even with the eyes open. So as all of you can see, I am unstrapping the eye band and placing it on Mavirija's eyes. Mavirija, are you comfortable? I request you to put the strap over my ears. Now are you comfortable? I request you to sit to the eye band. Yes. Yes. So Mavirija is completely comfortable now, and I request you to turn to the right, left, up, and down. Yes. So you can see that there is no gap between the eye band and Mavirija's eyes. And now she is going to be reading all your comments from the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And any one of you can go ahead, post anything you would like. You can see stickers, numbers, letters, anything you want. And Mavirija is going to be reading it live in front of your own eyes. I request the YouTube comments to be projected. Okay, so the latest comment in Kailasa's page Nithyananda Paramashivam YouTube channel is by Saranka Vidiyakaran has posted. Basically, Manitya Lala Dakshananda has posted Nithyanandama. And before the Shanti Rajamanikam was posted Nithyanandama and an emoji where like the mouth is like awe and the two hearts as the eyes. And Namaskar emoji and the same emoji after that. And before that, this person named HSIG Music has posted. Please bless me with the proper job. Please allow genuine people around me. Bless me, Nithyananda. And a Namaskar emoji. And the latest comments posted by Manitya Maheshwara Mayananda has posted. Wonderful, Ma. It's really amazing.
Yes, amazing. That was a wonderful demonstration of how Ma Virija was able to so fluently, so confidently read all these comments from the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel.
And after that, Manitya Paramashiva Priya has posted, good morning, Kailasa.
Okay. Anyone else who wants to post your comments, please go ahead, post anything you want. You can post numbers, letters, any random scientific terms, medical terms, anything you want. And Ma Virija is going to be reading it out live.
And Rahul, okay, after Ma Paramashiva Priya again posted, love to all in Kailasa and smiley emoji. And after Rahul S1 is posted Namaskar emoji and a flower. And after Shanti Rajamanikam was posted deep gratitude Ma.
Amazing. And all of you saw how Ma Virija was able to read all the comments which were posted so fluently and so accurately, just as if she's reading with her eyes open. And that is all due to the grace of Swamiji. Just with the grace of Swamiji, she is able to manifest and read with her eyes blindfolded. That was a beautiful demonstration. I'm going to now remove the eye-band of Ma Virija. You can see that the eye-band is completely intact. There is no difference. And yes, that was a beautiful demonstration of this power. Stay tuned for witnessing the upcoming power, which is the power of body scanning, where all of you will be witnessing the initiated disciples and Nithyananda yogis manifesting the power of being able to scan illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues, and reveal the root causes of the problem and even reveal solutions for the problem. Yes. So I request the Shastra Pramana to be rejected. Okay. Now going to be listening to the Shastra Pramana, which is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 54. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshmatarani cha tattvani yani nilayam dhyatvante vyajyate para.
The translation goes, Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply from the subtlety constitutes principles of the whole body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe, simultaneously consists of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in the source cause, Paramashiva. By the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi Adishakti, is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens.
And next is the Apta Pramana, which is from the life of a Siddha named Teriyar. Teriyar was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. One day, a man suffering from a severe headache comes to Agastya for healing, and Agastya uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small type of teriyar, a type of frog, sitting in the person's brain. Agastya immediately instructs his disciple Teriyar to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. After the surgery is completed successfully, the person is completely healed and cured of the headache. Thus, the disciple gained the name Thereyan.
And also we have the Atma Pramana, the account from the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which is literally a divine life that is in itself a Purana itself. On the 22nd of December 2019, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had explained to us what happened 7 years back when a multi-compound hand fracture had happened to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And it was a extremely, some would say, divine happening that happened in the year 2011. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says, I was forced to go for surgery and therefore medical checkups related to that. And at that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed I had been poisoned without our knowledge. And I immediately used the diagnostic methods instead of the medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through the body scanning, I found out what was the problem, imbalances that had happened and where the imbalance has to be done. And I use the allopathy as the second opinion to verify my findings. So just like this, we will be demonstrating and showing the example of how the body scanning power works. And we also have the Sakshi Pramana, the various different experiences and the results of the extraordinary manifestation happening through the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. As you can see here, many people have gone to Facebook and shared their experiences of how they have been able to manifest and this power, or how they've been healed and they found a solution through this power. And if you would like today, right now, you can go ahead and go to the comment section of YouTube, and we'll be taking a look at your comments. And if you'd like to have a body scan, the Nithyananda Gurugul Balasans will body scan you, and you'll be able to find a spiritual solution for any problem that you are having. So right now, go ahead and comment if you are wanting a body scan.
Yes, let us now witness the extraordinary demonstration of the power of body scanning being manifested by the Balasins of the Nithyananda Gurukul. Along with me, I have an extraordinary power manifester, an extraordinary Balasin, Manitya Brahmayogananda, who is 13 years old, and she is going to be demonstrating this extraordinary Shakti to all of you. So Shanti Rajamanikum has posted, Ma, my friend's son is having leukemia, Vittal Krishna Naidu, very serious condition. Scan and heal him, Ma. My friend gave permission to scan and heal him, Ma. Amma Parashakti, please heal him. Yes, Ma. Surely we'll be doing a body scanning for your friend's son, as you also have the consent and permission. Yes, Amma Brahmayoga, please go ahead and start the body scanning. Yes. So now Ma Brahmayoga is going to be chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and she is going to be connecting to Paramashiva and revealing the body scanning for Vittal Krishna Naidu.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, Maniti Maheshwara Mayananda has posted. Is it possible to scan what is stopping me from manifesting wealth? Yes, ma, I'll be doing the scanning and revealing through my third eye, whatever Paramashiva reveals for you manifesting wealth. Okay. Paramashiva reveals that the reason you are not manifesting, not fully, you are not being authentic with your wealth. You are not using it properly, and you are not using the wealth properly into its full capacity. So that is the reason why you have stopped. You have that is what is stopping you from manifesting wealth. You are not being authentic with whatever you are getting, and you feel you continue even if you are getting some amount. Instead of thinking and using that efficiently and properly, you are only thinking about how to get more, not seeing that whatever you have is not being used properly. So this is the reason why you are not manifesting more wealth, ma. Paramashiva revealed that every day you should do a completion with this. Write down every day, just write down your 4 images and how you can be a completely integrated, authentic, and being responsible for all the wealth which you are having already, and just do puja to Devi Rajarajeshwari. And this is what Paramashiva reveals. You will be complete, means this, you will actually start manifesting more wealth.
Yes, I have done the body scanning for Ma Shanti Rajamanikan's son, Vittu Krishna Naidu. And Ma Parameshwar revealed that the solution for him is he should start following the Nirahara Samyama, and he should start drinking a lot of milk. He does this, and also he should only be listening to the Mahavakya, continuously listening to the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. If he follows these solutions, he'll see that the high vibration energy of the Mahavakya will end to start healing the leukemia, and also him doing Nirahara Samyama and having a lot of milk will really help him for his leukemia to heal. So if you just follow these 3 solutions, you'll see that that your son will really heal and will really become better.
Yes, so that was a scanning for Ma Shanti Rajmanikam's friend's son. Yes, so I request you to get back, Ma. And Ma Maheshwara Mayananda, I request you also to get back. And Ma Paramashiva Priya has requested for a body scanning. Yes, Ma, I did the body scanning for you. And Paramashiva revealed that you have very dry skin, Ma. And a very dry skin, and that you start feeling very your skin starts itching a lot throughout the day, and especially when you're exposed to a lot of heat. And Paramashiva revealed this is because of the toxins and worms in your stomach. You should really do the detoxing. And Paramashiva revealed that you should every day apply if you have a deity of Devi Parashakti, or any one of the forms of Devi, Rajarajeshwari or Lakshmi or anybody, you should every day apply fully chandan on their body, and take that chandan and apply it on your turmeric, and apply that on your body mass, and you will be healed from this thing. Shiva reveals. And yes, Saranka Vidya Karan, Manitya Lalatakshananda has requested for body scanning. Ma Brahmayaga, please go ahead and do the body scanning for Ma Lalatakshananda. Manitya Paramashiva Priyananda has posted. Please bless me to have my Athaninga auspiciously returned or replaced. Nithyanandam. Swamiji, I'm so grateful for all Devi has blessed me. Atma, just connect to Paramashiva and just surrender to Swamiji and you will automatically get your Athaninga back. You can go ahead.
Yes, so Ma Lalatakshananda, I did the body scanning for you, and Parameshwar revealed to me that you're having muscle cramps in many parts of your body, and that is you're not able to move around a lot because of that, and it's really troubling you. So the solution which Parameshwar revealed is just do a full body massage with warm castor oil, and you'll start healing. All the muscle cramps will automatically start healing, and you'll be able to move your body completely, and you'll be completely fine.
Wow, amazing. So this is the body scanning for Ma Lalatakshananda. I request you to get back, Ma. And Ma Shanti Rajamanikam has posted. Deep gratitude, Ma Parashakti. I will inform this to my friend. Yes, Ma, please do inform this to your friend and get back. And just tell her to follow the solution which Paramashiva revealed. She will be completely healed and her son will be completely healed from this cancer. Anyone else who wants a body scanning, please go ahead and post the request in the Kailasas HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And we have a few more minutes. Ma Brahmayoga can do the scanning for all of you. Okay, Maniti Paramashiva Priyananda has posted. Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. Loved. I will do this, Ma. It's true. I have dry skin and a problem with detoxing fully, even though I take Haritaki daily. Yes, Ma. Thank you for getting back and just follow the solution which Paramashiva revealed and you will be completely healed from your problems. Yes. So now it's time to conclude this power manifestation segment. We thank all of you for joining with us in this segment. And if you were not able to get the body scanning due to interest of time, and if you were not able to call any one of your friends or family members for the body scanning, please go ahead, call them and come back tomorrow and every day at 2 a.m. IST and 4 p.m. IST. And you can get the live body scanning being manifested by the Balasins of the Nithyananda Gurukul. And you will be able to find out the root cause of your problem. And with this, we would like to conclude this power manifestation session. Please stay tuned for the upcoming segments where you will be learning about who is Devi Parashakti, what are the Akashic readings, and much, much more. And tomorrow we will be, as it is the Krishna Janmashtami, will be graced by Bhagavan Krishna himself. So thank you, Nithyananda. And the next segment is where you will be learning about the divine feminine consciousness, about Devi Parashakti and how to connect with the mother, how to invoke Devi Parashakti. So Let us start with the Dhyana Shloka from the Lalita Sahasranamam, and let us invoke Devi Parashakti. Move on to the next slide, please. सिन्दूरारुण विग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत् तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीमापीन वक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यां मलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्. The translation goes, the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body with a triple eyes, sporting a crown of rubies studded with a crescent moon. A face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel, cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling a red lotus. And let us now listen to the next Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti. अरुणां करुणां तरङ्गिताक्षीं धृतपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणचापाम् अनिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैरहमित्येव विभावये भवानीम्. The translation goes, I meditate on the great empress. She is red in color, and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the noose, the gourd, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hand. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as anima, her rays, and she is the self within me. Devi Parashakti. Devi is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes comes out and goes in. The source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, the source energy, the source power from which all of us came and which all of us are in even now and which all of us are going to merge. Out of her extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of Paramashiva. As the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and is gracing us, answering all our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, future, and delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us space of Paramashivoham itself. And in the words of Devi Parashakti herself, raising as the Omkara, expressing as the Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as the Hrinkara, filled as Parashodashi, living in the 40 triangles, the Kailasa Swamini, who is in Kailasa, Shripura, Chintamani, Parashodashi, sitting as part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari, who rules the world. Manonmani, Meenakshi, as Nithyananda, I took Nijavatara here, to give good boons to everyone, to bestow all goodness, Hiranyagarbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Chapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodashi, Meenakshi. Taking the form as Nithyananda, I came here as the Nijavatara. With great compassion, I am blessing. Listen, people. I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as the Nijavatara. And Parashakti continues, raising in the Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, manifesting as the source of existence, the powers of existence, the expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three into Shaktis, Icha, Kriya, Jnana, growing as 4 Vedas, expanding as 5 Panchaputas beyond the 6 chakras, filled as Gotras of the 7 Rishis, expanding as the 8 directions, existing as the 9 Grahas, blossoming as the 10 Indriyas, being as 11 Rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing life to tell and make the truth blossom, and to do good. Parashodashi, Meenakshi in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. And how to receive Devi Parashakti? Literally, you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen. So always receive her very traditionally. You can keep two beetle leaf, one banana, one beetle nut, and one coin in front of the screen. Watch Devi. And the coin is considered as the traditional dakshina in Hindu traditions. It can be the lowest value in India, and it can even be 1 paise. In US, it can be even a cent. I am not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay. Offer that to Devi, and after the darshan is over, do the namaskara and eat the banana, beet leaf and beetle nut. Take it as prasadam immediately. Collect those coins and send it to the LA temple. This beetle leaf, beetle nut may look too small, but in a few days, you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that she is really there. Really, she is there. You will not take Devi Darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to powerful cognition. It will just break your unconscious behavior. So we'll give you some time to collect all these items and get ready. Yes, you can take some time and collect all these items.
Vasudeva Sudam Devam Gamsachanura Mardanam Devagi Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. He is the most powerful, greatest embodiment of the cosmos, Sadashiva, ever happened in the cosmos, and the greatest devotee of Sadashiva.
If I have to put in one word the life, legacy, message of Krishna, I'll use the word life. Just intense life. It expressed in body as ever youthful. It expressed in intellect as amazing strategist. It expressed in emotion as a most beautiful, pure romance. Essence of Krishna's life, message, legacy is life, intense life.
He is so much in love with life, in romance with the cosmos. Everything was just celebration, celebration, celebration. Celebrate today whole day. Give vacation for your depression. Tell your mind bye. And celebrate. Celebrate. Celebrate.
Nithyananda. Welcome back, dear viewers. Now let us enter into this next segment where we will understand some of the various revelations made by Devi Parashakti. We just watched the amazing power manifestation session from the Gurukul Balasan. Now, let us see how Devi has been manifesting in each of our lives, how what Devi has revealed has manifested into reality in each of our lives, and as a humanity as a whole. So first, let us understand the compassion of the avatar. In the Guru Padaka Stotram, composed by Adi Shankaracharya, the very first verse describes how the Guru Padaka, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean. And the translation of that verse, salutations to the sandals of my Guru, which is a boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with the sense of devotion to my Guru, and by worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation. So many of us are feeling stuck in the same storming and raging ocean, being unable to navigate ourselves and lost in the overwhelming vastness of the suffering that surrounds us during Pralaya, the great deluge. Our loved ones are dying due to the pandemic. Our homes are being destroyed due to the natural disasters. Our social institutions are crumbling around us, and the whole of humanity is in a desperate and dire need of hope. It is at this time that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, out of his deepest love and compassion, having taken spiritual responsibility for the super conscious breakthrough of mankind, is manifesting Devi Parashakti, the cosmic mother, and guiding and healing the whole world as literally the boat that sails us through this pralaya. And Devi Parashakti is herself manifesting through the Nijavatara and answering each of our prayers, granting boons, healing us, manifesting miracles, removing all our pain and suffering. Devi has not just attended to us individually, but also as humanity as a whole. And Devi Parashakti has guided the whole of humanity in the form of various revelations and profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and showing us the future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and more, and even the twisted human conspiracies and underground wars which have not yet surfaced to common knowledge. In this segment, we will be elaborating on some of the statistical, scientific, and scriptural references of the revelations made by Devi Parashakti, which have manifested precisely as the same guidance emerged from Devi Parashakti herself. And this is for us to imbibe deeply and start following as Devi Parashakti continues to protect us until the storm ends and we are safely harbored at the shores of our consciousness. So let us first understand the revelation made by Devi Parashakti on sea levels rising on the 19th of May, 2021. Let us now watch that video of the revelation.
ஓம் ஆண்ட்ரியாஸ் கல். மூன்றாம் உலகப் போரிலிருந்து தப்பிக்க எந்நாடு பாதுகாப்பென்று கேட்கின்றாய், கேட்டுக்கொள் சொல்வதை எல்லாம். மத்திய கிழக்கிலே போர், இந்தியாவில் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்று மற்றும் கடல் உயர் எழும்பல் எனும் மூன்றில் இருந்தும் காவல் கைலாசம் ஒன்றே. வாழ்விற்கு அதுவே நன்றே. முடிந்தால் வந்து சேர்ந்திடு. ஓம் ஓம்.
So let us understand the revelations made by Devi mapped into English. You are asking which country is safe to escape from the Third World War. Listen to everything which is said. War in the Middle East, deadly corona in India, and rising sea levels. Protection from all of these three is one and only in Kailasa. Only it is good for life, if possible, come and reach. Om, Om, Om. And on the 19th of May, 2021, while answering the prayer of one of the devotees, Devi Parashakti, manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, warned about the sea levels rising and the cascading effect of climate change crisis on humanity. And of course, we've heard this for several years or even several decades, that we will be seeing the effects of climate change. But exactly as Devi reveals, the very next day, on the 20th of May, 2021, the biggest ever iceberg broke, which was 70 times the size of Manhattan, posing a huge threat to humanity and causing the sea levels to drastically rise. So immediately after Devi reveals this about the sea levels rising, we saw immediate effects of it. Of course, we knew research has shown that this will be happening, but we saw immediately how it happened, manifesting before our eyes. So let us now see these scientific articles about the sea levels rising as per Devi's revelations. So the first article shows on the 20th of May, 2021, as we stated, one day after Devi revealed that sea levels would be rising, the world's largest iceberg broke off the Antarctic shelf. And as we saw, that this caused sea levels to rise. And as we know, the effects of climate change have been well known for years, and the most modest scenarios, scientists expect that sea levels will affect the Earth's coastlines significantly in the coming years. So this is even if in a best case scenario, and if we are able to bring our CO2 emissions to complete zero within the next few hundred years, we will see sea levels rising up to 1 meter. That's in a best case scenario. And in a worst case scenario, if the emissions continue to rise and we see the level of CO2 emissions that we're seeing right now, it will go up to 4 meters within the next few hundred years. So we will very much see the effects of sea levels rising in the next coming few hundred years for humanity. And since the sea levels since the 1880s, in some ocean basins, sea levels have risen as much as 6 to 8 inches, that's 15 to 20 centimeters, since the start of the satellite record in 1993. And it's predicted that sea levels will rise 1 to 8 feet by 2100. So within one lifetime itself, we will see a very drastic change in the sea levels, which will inevitably affect the coastal regions, which the communities which are living around them. And in the United States, almost 40% of the population lives in relatively high population density coastal areas. And globally, 8 of the world's 10 largest cities are near a coast, according to the UN Atlas of the Oceans. And so we can see that if, and this looks to be inevitable, as the sea levels rise, the coastal regions, the communities in the coastal regions, the coastal region will have a very serious effect of this. We'll see very directly the effects of the sea levels rising, the effects of global climate change. And as much of the population within the US itself is living near the ocean, they will experience a lot of these negative effects of the sea levels rising, and even other large cities across the globe will see many effects of the sea levels rising. And as we know, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has already revealed many years ago that in the coming years, we should move away from the ocean. We should not live near the oceans, the coastlines, as we will see the effects of the climate change crisis on humanity. And as part of the direct and also indirect effects of the sea levels rising, we are seeing higher background water levels, which means that deadly and destructive storm surges, such as those associated with Hurricane Katrina, Superstorm Sandy, and Hurricane Michael, push farther inland than they once did. And this will, of course, affect more people as they go further inland. And the higher sea levels also mean more frequent high tide flooding, sometimes called nuisance flooding. So this nuisance flooding has already increased between 300 to 900% over the last 50 years. So we will see this continue to rise as we see the sea levels rising. And more, unfortunately, more and more communities, more and more people, more and more nature and animals will be affected by this, by the sea levels rising and by the overall global climate change crisis. So as we all know, global warming is the primary cause of sea levels rising, and this happens in one of two ways, which is that glaciers and ice sheets, just as we saw recently, worldwide are melting and adding water to the ocean. And second, the volume of the ocean is expanding as the water warms. And a third, much smaller contributor to sea levels rising is a decline in the amount of liquid water on land. So aquifers, lakes, reservoirs, rivers, soil moisture is all shifting from the land, water on land into the ocean. And the shift of the liquid water from land to ocean is largely due to groundwater pumping. So again, human activity is causing this shift in the sea levels. And here we can see an example of the Patterson Glacier in 1917 and in 2005, literally less than 100 years after the original photo was taken, we can see almost the entire glacier is melted, and literally grass is growing where once a glacier stood. So we can see how much this climate change crisis is directly affecting people within like less than one lifetime. And of course, this the pace of global sea levels rising has more than doubled from 1.4 millimeters per year throughout most of the 20th century to 3.6 millimeters per year from 2006 to 2015. So for most of the 20th century, it was pretty stable. We can go back to this slide now. So for most of the 20th century, the sea levels rising was pretty stabilized. But over the last decade or two, we've seen that the levels of sea level rising have literally doubled. So we can see that we are not in any way curbing our damage to the environment, and we are only increasing our effects on the climate change. And as Devi revealed, we will see the cascading effects on humanity, and we will see how the no place will be safe from all of this across the globe except for Kailasa. And we've seen in Iceland, in Greenland, the ice loss was around 34 billion tons per year between 1992 and 2001. And in 2012 to 2016, we've seen that it has increased to 247 billion tons per year. So literally 8 times as much we've seen it increased within just a very short time span. So we are very, very drastically we will very drastically see the effects of our damage done to Mother Earth within the next few years. And unfortunately, only Kailasa will be safe from all of this. The rest of the world will be facing the effects of this. And we've already seen this happening across the globe. In August of 2021, the UN published a code red, a warning of worsening global warming and rising sea levels. So like 2 months after they made the revelations about sea levels rising, we've seen that the UN also has published a warning. Fortunately, we were blessed to listen to Devi Parashakti's revelations and know what was to come, expect what was to come. And of course, we've seen over the last decade or so the effects of global warming and the continuous warning. Scientists and researchers across the world, however, we are now directly in a crisis, and this is exactly as they revealed. We will see the direct effects of this in the coming months and years, unfortunately. And though we've known about this, we did not expect it to be happening at this time. And the UN has published a code red, and this was just a few months after what Devi revealed. So fortunately, we were blessed to have Devi continuously guiding us, and we knew what to expect in the coming months. And in the article published, it stated that some of the harm from climate change, the dwindling ice sheets, the rising sea levels, and the changes in the ocean as they lose oxygen and become more acidic is irreversible for centuries to millennia. And the world is locked into 15 to 30 centimeters. That's 6 to 12 inches of sea level rise by the mid-century. And so just as Devi revealed, there is no place that will be safe from all of this. And unfortunately, there is nothing that humanity and researchers and scientists have as a solution. Is only the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. It is only Kailasa that will be able to be providing a solution for humanity. And we've already seen across the globe, many of us have heard across the globe, the effects of the sea levels rising, the effects of the global climate change crisis. Let us see some of these effects that we've seen in the last several months. And even if we significantly curb emissions as shown in the earlier graph, in the coming decades, more than a third of the world's remaining glaciers will melt before the year 2100. So within the next 80 years, we will see this. And when it comes to the sea ice, 95% of the oldest and thickest ice is in the Arctic, and this is already gone. So we've already seen this in the last 100 years. Most of the glaciers and ice sheets dwindling, and we will continue to see this in the next 100 years. And this will very seriously, directly affect the world, just as Devi revealed. Many of us feel, oh, the global climate change crisis is something that scientists are continuously warning about, but it may not, I'm not seeing the direct effects of it. But as Devi revealed, we have started seeing the direct effects of the global sea levels rising and the overall climate change crisis, with recently the German floods that have devastated the country. And in one article, it reported that more than 150 people are still missing in the German floods and are unlikely to be found, unfortunately. And in Science, it was reported that Europe's deadly floods leave scientists stunned. Even scientists who have been warning about this are completely stunned by the damage that these floods have done and the effects of sea levels rising. And the climate crisis made deadly German floods up to 9 times more likely. So just as they revealed, due to the climate change crisis and the sea levels rising, we will, as a humanity, directly experience these effects. And unfortunately, we've already seen that there's no way that we can really reverse the damage that we've already done for modern science. And we are unfortunately locked in. It is inevitable, some of these effects of the climate change crisis across the globe. And there's not anyone who's really able to provide a solution except for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. There's only the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa, which are providing a solution to actually reverse the damage. Only through non-violence will we be able to heal Mother Earth. Mother Earth is not an inanimate object. She is an energy. She is a living, breathing intelligence. And when we are having that non-violence, that oneness with Mother Earth, we will be able to heal the effects that we've already done. When we're able to be in touch with Bhumata and are having that oneness experience, she literally will respond to us. We will see how she actually responds and is able to heal herself through the consciousness of humanity rising, and through the non-violence and the oneness with Mother Earth, we can actually reverse the damage. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed actually how Mother Earth literally responds. Bhumata literally responds to us when we are in tune with her. So let us understand how we can see Mother Earth directly responding to us.
The human beings have become so distanced from the real life, are ready to explore things. We become so far away from, at least I can tell you from my experience, village boy. When I was 5 or 6, I opened all the alarm clocks in my house and I'll set it back, put it back. I don't see all that in the modern day kids. It's all about that stupid cell phone. Involvement with the reality has drastically reduced. Our whole life is nothing but the screen. Whether your love, your relationships, even your sex, everything is limited to that screen. Am I right? Almost. No, almost. Everything has been reduced to that screen. involvement with the reality has drastically come down. It is so unfortunate, especially the food, the plastic food dumped into your system. See, all the things which you eat, none of them have life. They are all not grown from life. My guru used to tell, please walk without chappal or covering your feet. Whatever grows in that land, eat, because Mother Earth records when you walk without shoes what all the ingredients are missing in your body. She records what you need for your body, nutrients or vitamins, whatever. Whatever is missing in your body, she produces in that food which grows in that land. And eat that and live. It is too mind-boggling concept. I tell you, only after I started doing it, I realized you don't need any external medicine if you know to live with the nature. Mother Earth, Bhumata, walk on the earth without shoes. In that land, what grows will supply exactly what you need for your body. Looks too difficult to believe. But after I started doing that, I realized it. Your body does not need any other medicine, anything else. Actually, maybe 2 years before, due to these continuous classes, day and night, and in the night time, the web-based programs for the outside India, all these, my whole eating habits have gone chaos, and no question of rest. It became like a too much on the system. So I had some stomach issues. I remembered my guru telling this, walk on the earth and what grows eat. So I started walking without chappal for a few days. Suddenly I saw in my courtyard a new plant coming up. No seed, nothing, just coming up. I was wondering what is going on. How come suddenly, between the rocks actually, between the rocks, new plant coming up. And one of the devotee Ayurvedic doctor, he said, Swamiji, if you can get this plant and add it in your food, your stomach will be completely healed. I said, where to get? When he walked into the courtyard, he said, this is the plant. This is the plant. And throughout the campus we searched, we did not find another one. Nobody knows from where the seed has come, from where the plant has come. Understand, it is not that just for me miraculously nature is doing. It is the nature's life. I was ready to play with it, so she showed the miracles to me. Anybody willing to play with her, she shows her miracles to you. Nature is miraculous. If we are ready to play, she shows it. She demonstrates her love, her care. If we go back to the food with life, our life also will start more interacting, more alive, more vibrant, more overflowing.
Reveals nature is miraculous. Bhumata is miraculous. She will respond to you. She will literally respond whatever you need. And if you are able to connect with her with this non-violence, this oneness with her, she will worship herself. And this non-violence is the grand narrative of Hinduism. It is the underlying thought current of every sampradaya in Hinduism. So let us understand what this means from the supreme concept of Hinduism himself.
We often believe that exacting revenge is a form of emotional release. Retribution will help us feel better, especially this modern day cinema, entertainment industry, cult brainwashes you. The act of revenge as a way of gaining closure after a wrong is done. No! I tell you the truth, revenge has the opposite effect. Revenge is like a korangu sorinjikra mari, ari padangadu. Tamil, they say that monkey feeling itching and scratching itself is never going to settle down. Till that monkey dies, it will not settle down because it will create a wound. And it will not keep quiet with that wound. That same wound it will scratch more and more. And it will be more infection. Finally the monkey will die. Orangu sorinjikittadum nama violence la vidaradum onnu. Understand? Entertainment industry, TV and cinema, cult is brainwashing you, telling that revenge is heroism, violence is heroism. No, it is not. Non-violence is heroism. I tell you, in every level, non-violence as a strategy. Because you see, non-violence makes you realize more and more oneness. It strengthens the oneness. Oneness strengthens the non-violence and non-violence strengthens the oneness. You need to understand the context. Only then you will understand how this non-violence can be a successful strategy. If you miss one or two components and do it out of wrong context, it will become a mess. It will become a laziness and non-involvement. Laziness and non-involvement is not non-violence. Don't use non-violence brand and tag to justify your non-involvement and laziness. No. That's what Arjuna was trying to do in the Arjuna Vishada Yoga. He was telling Krishna, oh, why should I kill people? Why should I kill people? Let me go away and become a sannyasi. This fellow, when he went to do tapas in the forest also, he got married to a girl. Every time this fellow goes for tapas, whether he brings boons or not, he brings girls. Alright, no disrespect to Arjuna, he is incarnation of Nara and Narayana. So no disrespect to Arjuna. Non-violence should not be misconstrued or should not be used to portray your non-involvement and laziness, tiredness and boredom. Hinduism is actively enriched. World will become great place. Not only we are a non-violent tradition, we believe in consciousness. We have the science of consciousness, raising the quality of the humanity. We believe in it, we spread it, we live it. We be, live, believe. Let us all understand, non-violence need to be actively lived, be lived, believed and actively enriched. Actively enriched. All I wanted all of you to know, what Hindus miss, Sri Kailasa should do. Do Tyaga, to tell the world actively, enrich the world actively about Hinduism. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Ahimsa is the highest value as per Hinduism. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. That is the grand narrative of Hinduism. Non-violence is the grand narrative of Hinduism. We need to tell that grand narrative to the whole world. Actively. Not only you will be non-violent, ahimsa, established in ahimsa, you will actively practice ahimsa and enrich everyone to live ahimsa. You will create an ecosystem where ahimsa can be practiced with integrity. Understand? All the infrastructures needed to keep the non-violence ahimsa alive. Media is the non-violent way of reaching out to people and telling the real truths and facts.
So, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed that the grand narrative of Hinduism is non-violent. And that is the reason that Hindus are able to connect with Mother Nature. That's why for thousands of years, the Hindu population were able to live in that oneness with Mother Nature, with Bhumata, where she responded and it lived in harmony with Bhumata. And the only way to heal Mother Nature through all of this crisis, the climate change crisis, as we are seeing, is through nonviolence, is through experiencing that oneness and healing all the damage that we have done to her. And it is only the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who is providing a solution for this. And through the Kailasa Uniting Nations, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been continuously working and enriching people about this science and continuously working to heal Mother Nature from the damages that we've done. It's only through Kailasa we will find a realistic solution for the crisis that we will be facing within the next few decades. So if you would like to learn more, you can visit kailasa.org and learn more about the work that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been doing in the area of environment and climate change, and how he has been healing Mother Earth through this science of nonviolence and through Hinduism. And you can become an e-citizen of Kailasa by signing up at kailasa.org at kailasa.org, and you can avail all of the benefits of becoming an e-citizen, learn more about Hinduism and how Hinduism offers a solution for every problem, including the climate change crisis, and how only the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is bringing this to humanity. So with this, we will be concluding this portion of the program and be entering into the next part of the program, where we will learn some of the ways that we can connect with Devi Parashakti. As we know, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed only when we are in tune with Bhumata, with Mother Nature, with the cosmos, will we see her responding to us. So with these various offerings, you will tune yourself, you will have that oneness with Devi Parashakti, and you will see her literally responding to you. And you will be able to receive all of the blessings from Devi Parashakti. So we will be right back after a short break and enter into this next segment.
Nithyanandam, welcome back to all of the viewers after a very quick break that we had just taken. And we understood in the last segment the various ways Devi Parashakti warned us of the sea levels rising. And it was a very phenomenal, astounding things we saw right in front of our eyes, where Devi Parashakti warned about sea levels rising. And just within a few days, the largest iceberg which ever had disconnected from the Antarctic had disconnected. It was the size, more than I think 7 times the size of Manhattan Island. That is unquestionably a warning that Devi Parashakti had given each and every one of us, and has told us, as we are even seeing more coastlines becoming very faulty, as more tsunamis, earthquakes are happening all over the world, and more scares are happening with this sea level rising. It's at this time that Devi Parashakti has manifested to forewarn each and every one of us, and to whom all she is reaching out, who all listen and are devoted and integrated to the practices and to the words of Devi Parashakti. They will be protected completely, and Parashakti has given us, blessed us with the ultimate protection. And Devi has given us so much over the last 1.5 years of this extreme pandemic. We've seen how devastating across the world it has been. And not just pandemics within pandemics, but also an economic meltdown, which is happening globally, as well as different